The life of a warrior can in no way be cold, lonely, or devoid of feelings, because it is based on love, devotion, and dedication to what he loves. The name of Carlos Castaneda is known to many, but many are mistaken about what Castaneda actually wrote about. He wrote about the warrior's path. The vital center of the warrior's path is love for the earth and all living things. Love for the earth and all living things is the most important secret of the warrior. But what is the warrior's path? And why is love for the earth the most important secret of the warrior on the path? And most importantly, how can the warrior's path and love be applied by any person to forever improve their everyday life? In this video, we will answer these questions clearly, transparently, and understandably. By the end of the video, you, like Castaneda, will master an understanding of the main secret of the warrior of the spirit, which was revealed to Carlos by his teachers, Don Juan and Don Genaro, during their final meeting on this earth. Dr. Carlos Castaneda was one of the most enigmatic authors of the 20th century. He left a description of a worldview that, in a philosophical sense, undoubtedly influenced the course of development of European civilization in modern history. This philosophy he called Nagualism, magic, or the warrior's path. Castaneda himself walked the warrior's path. That is why he was called a Nagual, or guide. The warrior's path, according to Nagual Castaneda, is based on effectiveness, strength and happiness, health, humor, and reason. The purpose of Castaneda's work as an author and writer is to convey the idea that the world is not a series of gray days, but the most mysterious enigma, and to interact with it correctly is the duty of every person. The purpose of Castaneda's work as a magician and Nagual was to revive the great idea that a person on the path of knowledge must be driven by love, and above all, love for the earth. To reach the fullest understanding of the main secret of the warrior on the path, his love for the earth, we will begin by describing the 6 key principles of the warrior's path. This is what Castaneda truly wrote about in his books. Effectiveness. According to Nagualism, a person possesses a magical power that governs energy. This power is called attention. A person has 2 types of attention, the one they use in ordinary life, which is called the first attention or tonal, and the one they ceased to use as a result of their socialization. This attention is called the second attention or Nagual. The tonal is based on a person's intellect and is responsible for their connection to everyday life. The Nagual is capable of connecting a person to their inner essence and relies on feelings. Castaneda wrote that a person must unite the tonal with the Nagual, for it is in this way that everyone can achieve their wholeness as a magical being and become happy. When a person is whole, they are effective. Order in a person's life, namely in their affairs, personal and social life, as well as careful attention to the health of the physical body and to the surrounding nature, according to magicians, organizes the tonal and makes it strong. A strong tonal helps a person reveal the Nagual. My duty was to help you in everything related to your tonal, and all my actions toward you served a single purpose, to cleanse and bring order to your island of the tonal. An ordered tonal makes the warrior effective. Effectiveness allows the warrior to handle their energy wisely and direct it toward areas of life that enable the warrior to reveal the Nagual and through which the warrior interacts with their spirit. Magicians call this process learning. By constantly learning in life, the warrior learns to live. Effectiveness is the foundation on which the warrior relies in their continuous learning. Thanks to effectiveness, a person can find the path that has a heart and become a warrior of the spirit. Being a warrior is the most effective way to live. Strength and happiness. Nagualism says that a person is constantly interacting with an indescribable structure, which is the source of a person's vital strength. This structure is the human spirit. The spirit interacts with everyone through signs and endows each person with strength, which sustains life in the physical body and moves a person toward their own goal, revealing their creative principle, without which this goal cannot be achieved. The warrior's task is to seek strength from their spirit. To interact with strength, one must be invulnerable. Invulnerability means doing the best you can in everything you are involved in. Strength gives to us according to our invulnerability. For magicians, strength and happiness are identical concepts. Therefore, magicians understand a happy life as a human existence filled with strength. Each of us either makes ourselves unhappy or makes ourselves strong. The amount of effort required in both cases is the same. A happy person is one who participates in the global and grandiose evolutionary process of the universe through revealing their connection with their own spirit. Thanks to this connection, a person becomes invulnerable, sincere, and fully engaged in what they are doing. Magicians call this way of life the path with a heart. The path with a heart is the path of a happy and strong person. Does this path have a heart? If it does, it is a good path. If it doesn't, it is of no use. One path makes the journey joyful. Another path will make you curse your life. One path gives you strength, the other destroys you. Health. The foundation on which the warrior relies on their path is the strength and health of their physical body. According to Carlos Castaneda, the body must be in a healthy state and not be poisoned by any toxins or drugs. Otherwise, a body poisoned by toxins makes a person's tonal weak. A weak tonal prevents a person from interacting with the Nagual and deprives them of the ability to achieve their wholeness. There is a stereotype that Dr. Castaneda wrote about the necessity of drugs on the path of knowledge. This cliché does not correspond to reality. Under their influence, the perception of the world became so extraordinary and impressive that I involuntarily came to the conclusion: states of extraordinary reality are the only way to comprehend and assimilate the knowledge that Don Juan was trying to pass on to me. However, I was mistaken. The extraordinary effect that psychotropic plants had on me became the basis for my conclusion that their use is the key moment in the teachings. I clung to this belief, and only in the later years of my training did I realize that all meaningful transformations and findings of magicians are done only in a state of sober awareness. A healthy and free from toxins and drugs physical body provides a person with energy to organize everyday life and bring their tonal into order. The health of the body is the embodiment of the strength of the spirit in the body. It is the result of harmonious interaction with the spirit and the world. The health of the physical body is the main resource on which the warrior relies in their life on earth. Therefore, warriors of the spirit do not use any toxins or drugs. Humor. Warriors of the spirit say that the only real devil on this earth is human stupidity. From the perspective of magic, stupidity is an acquired flaw and a consequence of a weak tonal, through which strength and energy drain from a person's life. To overcome this flaw, magicians use humor. But humor must not be malicious, cynical, or dangerous. The warrior does not laugh at the world. The warrior laughs together with the world. Stupidity paralyzes and cements the tonal, forcing a person to focus on the same thing. Stupidity is a state of complete stagnation and paralysis, during which a person loses connection with their creative principle. Humor over one's own stupidity allows the warrior to remove fixation on the tonal, become flexible, and free themselves from limitations. Limitation deprives one of adequacy and purity of perception of reality. With the help of humor, magicians escape the pressure of circumstances and gain lightness. With lightness comes flexibility and clarity. To interact with the spirit, one must be flexible and possess clarity of mind. One must free oneself from stupidity and its paralysis, which dissolve under the influence of humor. By ridding themselves of their own stupidity, we are able to act and manifest the best in us. When we manifest the best in us, we interact with our spirit. The spirit listens only when the one addressing it speaks with gestures. These gestures do not mean signs or bodily movements. They are acts of true naturalness, acts of grandeur, humor. As gestures of the spirit, magicians manifest the best in themselves and silently offer it to the abstract. Reason. The warrior has the utmost reverence for reason. The warrior distinguishes between reasoning and reason. The first makes things logical and allows people to navigate the world. The second represents perception that makes the warrior effective. Reason restores the connection with the spirit, which on the warrior's path is called silent knowledge. Nagual Elias assured Don Juan that only those human beings who are exemplars of reason can easily shift their assemblage point and be exemplars of silent knowledge. Reason allows the warrior to learn. Learning structures the tonal, enables interaction with the Nagual, and expands attention and perception. Eastern philosophy says that a person achieves immortality through learning. Reason and learning make the warrior immortal. At the same time, magicians have a reverent attitude toward academic education as a mechanism of knowledge and learning available to any modern person. Academic education allows one to develop the intellect, make it sharper, and apply the strength of the intellect to find the path that has a heart. A sharp and clear intellect opens doors to abstract categories while maintaining clarity of perception of reality. The realm of the spirit is the realm of the abstract. Without a developed, sharp, and clear intellect, a person is doomed to get lost in the realm of the abstract and fail to achieve true spirituality. I was not anything unusual. Therefore, they gave me the order to attend university and obtain an education as part of the training in magic. I had to understand not only the superficial gloss of what magic is, but what it actually entails, and for that, you must have a very sharp intellect and deep education to be able to understand these concepts. Love, the main secret of the warrior. Love is the foundation of the warrior's path. At the end of Castaneda's training, his teachers Don Juan and Don Genaro revealed the most important secret of the warrior's path. They told him about love for the earth. Only if you love this earth with unbending passion can you free yourself from sadness. The warrior is always joyful because his love is unchangeable, and his beloved, the earth, embraces him and showers him with unimaginable gifts. Sadness is the lot only of those who hate this earth, which gives shelter to all living beings. For magicians, the earth is a living being that protects the magician from dangers and provides them with support. At the same time, the earth gives the warrior impulses to reveal their magical abilities. He explained that the key to everything is the immediate knowledge that the earth is a living being and as such is capable of giving the warrior a tremendous surge. The magician lives in complete harmony and love with the earth, feeling reverence and awe for it. Magicians say that the sadness and pain in which an ordinary person often lives dissolve thanks to tender love for the earth. Love for the earth gives the warrior freedom. This is the main secret of the warrior of the spirit's path and the final lesson that the student receives on the path of knowledge. Only love for this magnificent being can give freedom to the warrior's spirit. And freedom is joy, effectiveness, and detachment in the face of any obstacles. This is the final lesson. It is always saved for the very last moment. Eastern philosophy considers the earth as a living being with its own spiritual evolution. The wisdom of the East says that the earth evolves faster. The faster all of humanity and each person individually evolves. This also works in reverse. The earth supports a person in their physical life and on their spiritual path. Just as an infant begins to walk by relying on the earth, so too does the spiritual search begin with a person building their connection with the earth. Through love for the earth, a person learns to love all living things, awakening their deepest feelings. The problems in which a person lives are the result of their unfeeling life. As a rule, the life of an ordinary person is filled with events but not filled with feelings. And above all, there seems to be no place in human life for feelings toward the earth. This is why most people live an unconscious and irresponsible life. Without tender, joyful, and loving feelings for the earth, a person chases programs and mirages that, in themselves, do not bring impulses of true life into their everyday existence. Each person comes alive only in the moment when bright feelings appear in their life. Only feelings connect a person with eternity in which their immortal spirit resides. Awakening feelings is possible through love for the earth. This is what warriors and magicians say. Genaro's love is this world. He has just embraced this enormous earth, but since he is so small, all he can do is swim in it. But the earth knows that he loves it and cares for him. That is why Genaro's life is filled to the brim, and his state, wherever he may be, will be abundant. Genaro wanders through the paths of his love, and wherever he is complete. Friends, tell us, do you understand what love for the earth is, and do you know how to feel it? Write to us in the comments. Would you like us to explore the topic of the main secret of the warrior's path, love for the world and all living things, more deeply? The warrior loves not only the earth. Through love and a reverent attitude toward the world and the earth, the warrior destroys the sense of self-importance within themselves. The sense of self-importance prevents everyone from finding the path with a heart and fulfilling their destiny. By ridding themselves of the sense of self-importance, the warrior becomes protected and inaccessible to the sorrows and troubles of the world, because the warrior needs nothing from the world or from people. They need only the strength of their spirit. Open to the strength of the spirit, the warrior dissolves in love for the earth and all living things. Therefore, the warrior treats the world and people with reverence, gaining true freedom, soaring on the wings of their spirit above sadness and pain. This is the main secret of the warrior's invulnerability and their final lesson on this earth. To be inaccessible means to touch the surrounding world gently, not to harm plants just to make a fire, not to expose oneself unnecessarily to the force of the wind, not to use people, not to squeeze everything out of them to the last drop, especially those you love. Castaneda's philosophy represents a profound view of the world and oneself in this world. The warrior's path teaches a person to see the world as an inexplicable enigma and to perceive themselves as an enigma in this world. On their path, the warrior relies on effectiveness, strength and happiness, health, humor, and reason. The warrior's heart protects them from the sadness of the world and makes the warrior invulnerable, because the warrior's heart is filled with love for the earth and all living things. Absolutely every person is capable of changing their life for the better. For this, they need guidelines. One such guideline for a modern person can be the concept of Nagualism, about which Castaneda wrote. The idea of love for the earth can fill a person's life, help them reveal their potential, and make them happy. For this, they must understand where they came from, where they are, and where they are going. The connection with the earth will reveal to a person the mystery of the world and the world's mystery within the person themselves. Love for the earth and all living things will unite a person with all people on the planet, with the stars and all the planets, and grant the happiness of being part of the destiny of the entire universe. Thus, a person will regain the memory that they are God, walking the path that has a heart.